Have we established how we found each other, or
You guys can set that up now. It's not an incredibly massive city. It's just a confusing one. But eventually, all the paths loop back in on themselves.
I'll
sure?
provide my only utility uh, with, by default, having a 4 athletics, be naturally speedy. There'll be like cut between shots as you guys are starting to hustle away from your locations to attempted safety, at which point somebody hails your attention and you look down and see glowing aqua green eyes leering at you from down in a fucking sewer grate. And he'll lift it for you and call you into the tunnels.
Excellent.
Like a rare character who all we ever see are his eyes. You know, we jump in.
Come on in here.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. So into the tunnels, Rakote will go.
Yeah.
Until impart. It's called the chambers.
Ceremonial carving chambers.
Okay. He'll
They host
say
barbecues on Sundays.
yeah. Yeah, he'll say the Pale Lady is being held by Father Kraus in the ceremonial carving chambers just beyond the library. Sometimes they use it for barbecue.
To mask that, well, you got most of the points, but we do have, Rastavan is supposed to contribute something to complete the puzzle. I contribute nothing because I accrued 0 points. So Crow will simply, silently, deceive, pretend that he learned something, and will allow his silence to cover that and go, "Aye," as if he already knew all that stuff and was just picking you up.
Okay.
He didn't learn anything.
I'm kind of iffy on it, but who knows?
You're not sure.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
copy his homework.
Yeah, Rakote will take note of that, but I'm not. I feel like the only thing that I could do by pointing it out is get hit. So
Yeah, smart.
I strike Rakote and it echoes off the walls of the sewers.
a rat comes in to eat the kill.
As you all are conversing, you do hear plenty of footfalls above you, as a number of acolytes seem to have finally found some buckets and are attempting to douse the fire a bit further away from here. It's become increasingly more quiet on this end of the town.
Carving chambers, huh? Well, good thing I suggested we leave in the night.
Yes, I fear that she is not long for this world if we don't intervene immediately. Whatever ceremony is taking place, I don't believe they intend to wait.
Where?
We best get moving.
He'll say, I'll take you there.
Okay. The aqueducts themselves, you would have to kind of pop back up and get there on foot. They don't lead directly underneath it, but it'd be easy enough for you at this point.
Sure.
Okay. Then all three of you reemerge into the city, carefully look left and right, and then pass on towards the ceremonial chambers where you'll be approaching the door, and almost just as soon as you are up upon it, a man stumbles out with a bottle in his hand and says, "Ugly. Well, Henrietta, I'd rather be alive and ugly than pretty and dead." Then he's going to tip the bottle to his lips, and he will turn and see all three of you and immediately begin coughing. But you have the drop on him currently. You have an entire action to do what you would want to do.
Oh. Are we in turn order?
Impale.
Get him!
Oh my god. Okay. What was that's a success. So you will in the night there will just be a shot of the bottle crashing into the ground as his body is impaled against the wall. And he will let out a kind of a grimace and a screech as he tries to reach down and pry himself loose of it. And you will see it is indeed Victor.
Victor.
Oh, good. I'm gonna make this one hurt extra.
Victor.
What are you doing here?
We followed you.
Stupid. Really stupid.
Yes, but not so stupid as to provoke the anger of the Pale Lady's company. You see who it is you are up against, yes? And he's gonna gesture, obviously, to the two people that actually could kick his ass.
Why don't you look around, see where you're at? This is Vertrown. They're gonna pick you to pieces. And I'm gonna be the one to make sure they do. And he's going to go to scream, but I'd give, let's see, who has an action left? Rakote and Rostavan and Crow. I'd give one of you. You guys can decide who gets an action to try and silence him.
Oh, I'm fine with Crow doing it. That's his thing.
Okay.
Okay. Am I able to do that on just like a successful fight, or should I do?
Yep,
Another-
successful
okay.
fight. I'm not initiating combat. This is just like a kind of quick resolution. Either you stop him or he lives and screams.
All right.
The
the
challenge
free
fight is a 3.
invocation.
Yep, his fight is a 3. Describe to me how you end this man's life.
All right. One shot kill. Cool.
Yep.
He inhales, and you can like measure in real time that breath is the amount of time it takes for Crow to, on tiny silent cat feet, lift from his place in the ground, appear phantasm-like before Victor to rip the spear out, draw the hook across his neck in a swift motion, and then spear him back through the chest into the wall to keep his body from dropping too heavily.
Yeah, there
As he
will
gently
be
guides it down.
There's a
Nice.
moment where it seems like it'll slip onto the earth, but you catch it, and his mouth just opens and closes like a gutted fish as he slowly fades.
Yeah, Crow makes sure not to end it quickly. He just silences him, but allows him to suffer as long as it'll last.
And go ahead.
No, he was just gonna say impressive work.
And as his body slumps, there will be kind of a clang as you see a brand new pressed silver maul kind of falls to the ground beside him, which is whoever wants to take it a +2 fight on new steel. It's a
My
single
hands are full.
invocation.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. Feels good and weighty in your hands. And it is completely untarnished by any type of combat thus far.
Crow instantly heaves it up, recognizing a resource on the fly. Sort of twirls it in hand and then slots it onto a spot on his tool belt as he starts shuffling up the steps into the building.
Okay. And I think that'll give us a perfect transition into Mac.
I get to live.
He's separating light meat and dark meat as we join him.
He's saying grace.
Really grotesque street food videos of them tearing apart things.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Ideally, these two images would be morphed into one, but I'll kind of get to the scene setting in a second. But imagine kind of a medical theater, lined in stone, with plenty of like figures, kind of stone figures, and a brilliant red light kind of filtering into it as the lady. You awaken to a stench of rot and incense, or a pungent smell that sends your head spinning. Looking forward, you can see yourself 15 feet above the ground, a woman bound in chains. A mirror. It must be a mirror. The realization is cut short when you sense that you're being watched. 100 corpses stare down, regarding you with rigid features. No two are the same. Some have been dead for centuries, others for only days. The room is absolutely silent, except for 2 acolytes and Finn Kraus, who's leaning over a number of medical texts. And lady, the manacle that was kind of binding your mouth is gone currently. But the eyes of the two acolytes are on you.
I feel like I I would not be doing my due diligence if I didn't try to set them on each other
These rubes
right
are letting her
away.
sing. Go for it.
So yes, I mean, if when she realizes that the restraint on her vocal cords is gone, her first instinct would be to try to sing to one of the guards to kind of get them to quarrel with each other.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a music roll then. You sing out, and it just fills the chamber. There's kind of like a rattling in some of the bones, and your eyes focus on both of the acolytes, and then there's a drop in your stomach as you realize that their ears are still very much clogged with wax.
I figured, yeah.
But it did set the challenge at a 3, so currently you have a boost, so I'll choose one of these and say that they have the shaken aspect on them.
Her sort of screech emanates through the silent chamber and echoes off of it in the way that it does like a big open cave. And she'll take notice of their, I guess, protective gear.
Yeah. And as your eyes kind of focus on the one, there is just a quick smack across your left cheek that sends your head spinning right. And when you turn your head again, you can see Finn Kraus has completely kind of overtaken you. A fury in his eyes when he says, "You are being observed by the Corpse Council, the foremost artists, priests, and leaders of our loyal order. Conduct yourself properly in their presence, witch."
I would believe it is you who is not conducting yourself like a man, but a monster.
A monster. Really? You are a monster. You steal eternal life for your own selfish needs. Not even the darkest criminal on this island has done something so terrible.
I do not steal it for my own gain, though there is a biosis between us. It is a gift that I possess to free people from the suffering. You could not possibly know. You are too blind to see it. And still I will weep for you.
He will just kind of shake his head and say, "Blind to what? The horrors of the ocean? I'm familiar, witch. The ocean offers nothing but misery for the living and the dead. On that, you and I can agree."
Then why could you not see that some would not seek this resolution, that they have suffered enough in one life and do not wish to in the next?
Because you robbed them of the chance to see our king. To live again, to walk this earth. You steal that gift from them. And you expect kindness for it.
Your king has been gone for a very long time.
You should know, as well as I, that death is not the end. What is 100 years, 200 years of suffering, really? To bask in his light. He will be back. I promise you.
Yikes to this guy.
And he will kind of turn on his heels. And you will see that he has collected quite a number of implements. Yeah, atheists. Yeah. A number of like chalk drawings and charcoal kind of hang on the wall. You can see that while you've been kind of subdued, he's taken a careful like sketch. He's an academic at heart, and he's doing his due diligence as he appraises you. and eventually turns around with a needle that he kind of like presses the end of and allows a liquid to pour out of it.
Uh, so
The crew will show up. We're just doing a little bit of a bit
no,
here. If they
it's
didn't, it was going to
fine.
be much worse. I'm
I'm
telling you right
trying.
now.
I'm trying to decide what my reaction to this is here. Obviously, they're on their way.
Commence combat. You have no turns in this initiative.
I don't get a turn.
They find your corpse, though. I promise you.
Yep. I guess I'll take it. You're also not allowed to dodge. That's
You may
the
not
other.
resist.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
may not
I'm-
resist.
I'm doing cinematic mode.
We're doing a thing where we do get to the ceremonial carving chamber, but it reveals that this exchange happened 6 hours earlier. And she's already dead when we get there.
Ah, yeah.
Not run by Mac.
The storytelling.
And Finn Kraus is over the deep fryers. He turns around. He's got a paper hat on.
Oh my god!
You boys hungry?
We get
All
here
right,
and
who
we
likes
find-
them rare? Who likes them well done?
We get
Fish?
here and we find the chamber's been empty for years.
Oh, how does
Oh
that
my
make sense?
God.
Our traveling in the night took us much longer than we thought.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Shut up.
Okay. All right.
Big energy. I love it.
Neither did Gun Kata in the movie with Christian Bale where he has 2 guns, okay? But it was still cool.
Mac, do you have anything, or should I lead in?
Yeah, I guess I want to try to use music to create. It's tough. I want to try to empathize with him by just singing, like, beautifully. Like, not really exchanging any more words. Just kind of like, if this is gonna be it, then I'm gonna sing it out.
Sure. Okay. So kind of like,
You know, kind of like
Yeah.
touch someone's moral core, like
yeah,
a little bit. Like, oh, there's this beautiful thing that I'm gonna fucking kill.
that's a really good way of putting it. His will is a 3, so do with that what you will.
All right. Well, that's what we got.
The boost, I mean, that's still nice, though. It's just a temporary aspect that he will forget.
You got to
But
boost
there
on
will be
several
just-
people. You could launch a real bloodbath in here over the next turn.
Yeah. Finn Kraus will look as if he was about to cut into kind of your throat, but he will stop. And it'll just be kind of a moment of him kind of nodding. And he will say, "It is beautiful, your singing. I wish I didn't have to destroy it. But the threat you represent, the danger, they call us the Church of the Holy Corpse, and that is true, but it underlines a basic misconception. Every corpse is holy, from our noble king to the lowest farmer. They are the foundations of our past and the architects of our future. So how can I stand by and let you ruin that?"
What do I want to say to this dude? Because you are mortal. And deep down, every mortal is afraid.
No. I'm proud. And I know that one day I will take my seat there. And he will point, and there will be hundreds of eyes, hollow and empty, looking down at you. And as he says
Up
this,
there? She
Yeah.
says, you want to go there?
and he will turn again one last time and take what looks to be an arm, like kind of a skeletal length of arm, and his glove seems to have some type of machinations that would allow it to affix this dead hand on top of his own. And he will kind of bolt it into place, flex the fingers, and say, "My grandfather was an accomplished physician and gravekeeper. He will help guide my hand during the investigation." And we're going to give just one roll before the group shows up.
Uh-huh.
He's going to try and create a medical advantage by basically kind of starting to peel away layers of your throat and to understand what's going on inside of you. So it'd be a
Dolphins.
physique against his medicine stat, which is a 3 now.
It's all gummy worms in here.
Ew.
What is
God, did you
this?
drop the gummy worms and forget about it? Yes.
Wow!
Wow. Good work.
Amazing.
My,
You
My
fucking
fucking-
beef up like an anime character.
like a puffer fish. Just-
There will be a visible strain as Finn Kraus tries to kind of peel back. I imagine that these layers of you are a lot thicker than they appear, kind of rubbery.
They are. They're rubbery, and
Yep.
you know they kind of move of their own accord. Like I think that what he wouldn't expect is that they're not just like fabric; they're attached to her, and in that way that a fish can control its fins, she can control the fins to constrict, and it makes it very difficult for him to get past what is essentially, you know, superfluous tissue to anything underneath.
Yeah, and you'll see the frustration on Kraus's face as kind of the hair starts falling in front of his eyes, and one of the acolytes will kind of place a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Patience, Gravekeeper. Patience. Patience. Look at this monster. If there is even one soul still trapped inside of here, how could I not try?" And he will kind of look directly at the center of you, almost expecting there to be some type of human soul, a glow, a confirmation inside of you. But let's have the other group do what they're going to do. So, Rastavan, Rakote, and Crow. You emerge into a very old building. You can see that the floors are kind of lined with bones and skulls, and that the walls are...
Leave him small.
Oh, sorry.
Leave him as the small one.
No.
Just us two.
You see that the walls are basically kind of just plastered in skulls, all of them looking down and out towards you. And it is a long hallway that stretches down in quite a few directions. And you've successfully entered into the ceremonial carving chambers. So what would your path forward be now?
Do we have to discover what the path forward is?
No, I guess I would just say, are you going to try to do it stealthily? Let's just keep it simple.
I will.
Okay.
I will not.
Okay.
Crow is going to do the kindest display he's had thus far, and as he goes to slink off on his own, he turns back and he will just place the end of his spear against Rakote, as if to say, "Stay out of this one."
All right. I use my Tai Chi to flip him over. I grab the spear. He'll plant his cane firmly on the ground and just watch as the other two move forward.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to create the hidden aspect advantage with stealth to enter
Okay.
the room.
I'm going to wait a little bit.
It's a challenge of 2, Declan. You will do so successfully. I'd even like to imagine you enter from kind of one of the top doors looking down in this auditorium, and you kind of just shoulder your way through all these corpses as you look down at Gravekeeper Kraus and the lady.
Yeah, there's a grisly display as, we follow him up, and there's the visual of, the dissection of the building as he opens a door, and then bodies crowd the image of the eye, and he's climbing Tarzan-like across the vines of chains holding these things aloft, but utterly silent as he moves between corpses that are hued similar to his own allegedly alive skin.
Pale Lady, I'd love for you to give me a notice just on the off chance you beat a 4 or even match it.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man.
Close. Very close. But no, your eyes are very much focused on Finn Kraus and his blade.
I'm focused on my fins.
Yep. And I would say, Declan, you get first move here. You have an advantage. You see below you 2 acolytes and Finn Kraus. What are you doing?
What would the challenge be if I don't know if I'm convinced of it, using physique to determine who the strongest in the room is as creating an advantage?
I'm okay with that.
Would that be a notice or an investigate?
It might be. I'm not going to say investigate. We really need to separate those two and stop saying them like they're twin siblings because they keep doing the same thing.
Sure. Yeah, and physique is, I guess, if you were closer and you were more grappling with
the
them.
The book
maybe,
does say, yeah, if I got my hands on him, so I'm going to tap out of that one. I'm not confident in the other things I do.
Well, I got some.
Okay.
Okay, so currently you're crouched up above Crow with an advantage. Rastavan, what are you doing?
Rastavan's going to turn to Rakote. So you said that Victor, he was drinking, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, there was a bottle of wine in his hand.
Rastavan's going to look to Rakote and he's going to say, or actually, I guess, is there any more around?
If you peer into it, you will indeed see that there is a wall of wine, kind of various vintages, all locked up.
It's a good year.
Yep.
He's going to look to Rakote. He's going to say, "Hey, find me the most volatile stuff you can, and pour it right over my wrists."
Whoa.
Yeah, Rakote will nod, and I'll go to look for that.
I love that you could use resources to appraise wine value.
Oh my god.
Find the stankiest stuff you can.
God, I actually looked up once what, like, the most fucking,
Like ABV, rich.
yeah.
Yes.
It's just Welsh's. On the wall.
Weirdly, that's how they get the taste.
3-day-old vintage.
Ah, the Welches.
Good one.
Wines are always tough because they're named after the fucking grapes that they come from, which is usually named after the place that they come from. But I believe it's pretty fair to say that a Cheval Blanc is an especially precious wine in that it is almost always it's like in our continuity, it's from like the 40s. So whatever that amount of time difference would be here. Yeah.
Resources challenge of 2 to find exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, I can do
Aha, the Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, yes, it's a very good.
It's the most flammable of decadents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Successful style, you're going to get a big bottle. Maybe
right.
2. You'll come away with 2 bottles.
Yeah,
Rat King Paul Marceau.
Rakote is also a sommelier. I feel like because they were about to have like a ceremony, perhaps maybe in their wine cellar, they had unearthed the good stuff. But Rakote will come back with 2 bottles of this Cheval Blanc, and very practiced, he'll pour over his wrist on top of the manacles and douse Rastavan's hands.
Mechanically, you can tell me what I get, but I want this to give me. He's going to light these things up, and I want to have flaming hands for fight.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be 2+2s on your fight.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much.
So, yeah. it's pretty badass. You got 2 hands, you got 2 bottles of wine, both are poured, and they just ignite.
Yeah.
You're Edward 40 Hands.
You really are.
And the heat is immediate, Rakote. It's just kind of like starts boiling away. You have to step back to shelter yourself from it.
Yourself.
Shelter yourself, boy.
Rakote was okay. So that's Rakote, Crow, Rostavan. Pale Lady, I'm going to give you an action before Finn tries again.
All right.
So what would you like to do?
Man, I wish I had a fate point because I would have loved to know that my life wasn't gonna end. But what do the restraints look like in terms of the rest of me?
Yeah, there are, of course, 2 clasps on your feet, 2 clasps on your hands, and then kind of like a chest harness that keeps you locked in. You're a pretty slim figure, though, so there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Do you want the physique challenge? That might help mechanically.
Yeah, I was I was trying to figure out if there was some other way I could do. But yeah, what's the physique challenge?
On your side of the bars, a 3 challenge. On the other side of the bars, 1.
I was also considering just like knocking him, not really hurting him, but just knocking him away with a fin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that also a physique, or is that something like I could make an advantage with, like athletics? Like I could disarm him briefly.
I would say, honestly, given your current situation, I'd say a physique against him.
Okay.
Just because there isn't much you can do. It'd be
All right.
like
So my goal is not to get free,
Yep.
because I doubt I'm gonna roll that well. But my goal is try to create another advantage on him. I want to try to like knock the thing out of his hand.
Yeah. God, I didn't give him a single fucking point in physique or anything.
He's-
So 0. So 0 challenge.
Well, c'est la vie.
Oh.
Yeah. He will just grab your fin and just kind of like his eye snatches towards you. And his hand will catch your own, and he will push it down a bit as he looks at you with a snarl in his eye and says, "Do you know the difference between a vivisection and an autopsy? You're still alive during a vivisection. We could have kept it that way." And he's going to try once more to end you. So, a physique challenge of 3.
Still beats it.
I probably.
Oh man.
No,
Okay.
F4 was a real rogue. A real rogue.
So currently, 2, as despite your best effort, the blade starts kind of hitching into the center of your neck. Just starting to like kind of peel away layers of it. And you feel a tightening in your throat as it tries to resist.
Yeah, she will be kind of straining her head and the gills attached to it as she tries to resist against the blade that is ultimately making its way through her fins.
Yep, and the acolytes on either side hold you firmly as Kraus gets to his work. Crow, you, of course, see all of this, and I think at this point, let's get in turn order.
Yeah. What became of this disquieted boost she inflicted?
Honestly, she didn't use it. I think it's gone.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead and put your notice scores in.
Oh, I don't. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Never mind.
Just Mac can see her icon.
Yeah, I'm
Any-
not on the boat.
All of us can only
really?
see Mac's icon. Well, you switched
Okay,
pages,
all of
so
you,
if
all
you
of you
left
get
it,
it on here. Yeah.
if you left it
Alright.
at the same one, then you suffered the weirdest
Why should they do
oversight of
that?
a virtual tabletop possible.
Yeah, I want the initiative for 5 turns back. That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't stay between pages.
Yeah.
Oh.
there's very weird situations that might help if you have 2 concurrent combats, but Christ, running 2 concurrent
Yeah, who's doing
combats
that?
that are on the same board, why? Why would you ever? Rakote, you have no notice, right?
Right.
Okay. Finn just went, so I'm not gonna be a shithead and have him do that again. Pale Lady.
The tone of James Wright was like the employer looking at your resume and calling out something you didn't want them to ask about, like maintaining. Right, yeah, it's that.
Of course, fuck. Yeah, Dave, you're in your last warning, right? Right.
I'm glad you know that.
Right.
All right, hear me out. I want to roll medicine to try to heal some of the damage he just did to myself.
Oh, to undo his Oh,
I really just
interesting.
want to fuck with him on the way out.
Oh, that's fucking great. I unfortunately think it would still be contested by his medicine and
That's
how good of
fine.
a job he did, so a 3. If you succeed. Fuck me, one of them will
Yay!
go away. Alright.
Yay!
Alright.
He will watch in abject horror and annoyance as the fins that he's cut through start wrapping around themselves and like covering up the damage that he's done with new layers, just revitalizing the protection against like the deepest layer of her skin that he's trying to get to. It is fighting him tooth and nail.
Do you call me monster when you live on borrowed time, on life that you stole? Not anymore. Crow?
I will descend with abject horror, seeking to plunge my hook with that using the element of surprise into the guy on the right.
Okay.
All right, roll just negates the advantage I had.
One moment, I'm going to set this up.
The cutscene ends
Okay.
with Crow leaping down toward the camera, but then the loading screen is like 30 seconds before it gets back to gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. So he has a fight of 3, which is going to give you a boost on him.
All right.
So what's that look like?
The hook gets buried into whatever vestments he had as I flop to the floor, but still have leverage on him.
Perfect. There will be a shouting from the other end, Rastavan, as you hear engagement.
I will burst through the front door, quite literally. I'll punch it over if I need to.
Yeah, your giant flaming mass just kind of like walks, and I like the. You're almost catching more and more on flames. The proof of it starting to pour up your elbows. But you enter with these 2 flaming gauntlets. What do you do?
I want to provoke.
Okay.
I want to scare them.
Yeah. Okay. Which one specifically?
Let's choose. Let's just choose one of the goons, one of these dudes.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
He has a will of 0.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Good enough.
Yeah, he is almost done in as he his knees begin to buckle and his eyes kind of squint against the heat, causing him to spill backwards.
Rosvan will turn his mask towards that guy specifically, like he's Jason.
Rakote, it's a little less temperate here now. What are you doing?
Let's see. I am probably going to sit out most of the combat here, so I'm just going to take the defensive action.
Okay. Finn Kraus is going to kind of wide-eyed look between the 2 people who have just completely descended into this room, and then he will focus on the pale lady, bring the knife up in both hands, and plunge it down towards you with the boost.
Really convicted.
Yeah, no, he means to kill you.
Yeah.
So currently that is a 3 fight that you cannot defend against. Someone could intercede and take the damage for you.
No one does. They're just like,
But they will not.
that they
Yeah,
won't.
we'll just cross our arms and sort of look away.
Everyone's looking at each other like, I really can't.
Yeah, if I see she's unable to, what was the mechanic for a defense action?
Yeah, so you roll your defense, but at a -1. Like -1 your total score. So in this case, it'd be a fight or an athletics. I could see either one, since he's using fight, and you'd roll with a -1 on that.
That is.
Oh, okay. So currently another boost as it is transferred onto you, and the blade just sinks towards you, maybe catching one of your kind of accoutrement on your shoulder, and he just tears it away and steps back. The pale lady, you see Crow above you, and see Finn Kraus take a step back.
At the sudden onset of action, she is relieved, but also ready to sink into that fight or flight of this is our time to escape. So I'm going to try to. I want to try to. I feel like I'm going to focus on Kraus here, because that
Okay.
makes the most sense to me right now. So I'm going to try to get him to drop his implement by singing at him.
Okay, and get rid of the boost.
Yep.
Okay, he has a will of 3.
So he's resisting?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Bad
Okay.
rolls.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
Oh!
Oh,
I can't find the pitch.
I'm stronger than your song, witch. Crow.
All right, I'm gonna make another attempt on the guy, having holding Kraus at bay. Crow is going to try to do damage and retrieve his implement for himself by really twisting it, jamming it in, and then ripping the hook out to damage as much muscle as he can. Come on!
Okay.
Well, you guys made it here. Whether or not we'll survive this encounter.
This man is going to intercede and immediately be undone by the hook of your blade, as it just tears across his cheek and sends him spinning over the balcony here.
Who? What? How'd that happen?
Oh, he took the defense action. Rostavon.
Oh.
all right. I'm gonna roll up on this other homie. I'm gonna punch him with a flaming fist.
Okay.
I love Rostavon running in with fucking firearms. Like, ah!
Oh my god.
What's it
just
feel like?
It is going to be, unfortunately, just one, but he will catch both your hands and be pushed backwards, kind of singeing the leather gauntlets that he's wearing. He'll try to push you back, and you'll see just kind of fear and, like, terror in either of his eyes. Rakote?
I'm going to continue to take the defensive action.
You're in line at a Quiznos.
I do like that he's in the throne right now.
Man, it's
Yeah.
a silent in this place. Oh my god.
That's what he looks like.
It's a group text to everybody while this is going on.
There's
Found
an
the
orange
Quiznos.
Julius located in the antechamber.
17 exclamation points. My god almighty.
And Kraus, looking directly across and seeing his thinning numbers, is going to take the turn to run.
That's what I thought, bitch.
I would like to physically impede him.
Okay, he's going to use his boost to hopefully overcome that, so that'll be a...
2?
yeah, against his fight, he has a fight of 1, so... Oh,
Fight.
wait, no.
You
No,
roll
it's
athletics or physique.
Yep, so 2. That's it.
Don't impress me today, Crow.
Okay. He will throw the little dagger that he was intending to carve into the pale lady and just kind of send it directly towards you, causing you to dodge out of the way, and he will push his advantage. and run into this room. Pale lady.
Well, now I'm just stuck.
Yep.
What's this last meathead over here doing?
He's currently being held down with flames as Rostafon pushes towards him.
Putting out a flame on his chest.
Yeah.
Row!
Yeah,
It's grisly.
Well, then I'm going to, I guess, try to get out. Why not?
Okay. Yeah. Physique challenge of 3.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's that's about right.
Yeah. Somebody else, it would be a physique challenge of 1 or a burglary challenge of 0.
Yeah, so as soon as the immediate impending danger flees the room, she is struggling against the metal binding that is keeping her in place. But it is a futile effort.
Pro.
Crow is going to zip up the stairs he won't do the practical thing you would think that he should, which is free the lady directly next to him. He's going to fly up the stairs into the adjacent zone and try to hurl the bone spear in through Krause's leg to keep him from getting any farther.
Okay, he has a... Could I use fight to defend against that or no?
No.
No, it's just an athletics. Okay. 0. Okay. Yeah, it'll come straight through his fucking leg at that point.
I know I succeeded with style, and I'm grateful to the universe for that. It's still another negative roll in the dice for like the 15th fucking attempt in a row this night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going
Paige
to...
just kind of hates when Declan does the thing his character. The main thing Declan's characters do. You should probably just like start to make it like the thing that you're worst at. So
Yeah.
the rolls will
on
be like
accident.
the opposite. Yeah.
So he's going to appear silhouetted by the back from the light of the operating theater, and in a quick twist of his body, hurl the spear through Krause's leg and immediately tighten it back.
Okay. Yeah, and Kraus will let out a ear-shattering scream as he was just maybe 50 feet away from the door and can feel a tugging, pulling him back as he looks over his shoulder. Rostavon.
About to send another flaming hook at the other guy. He's going to look back and see the lady is still alive and chained up. He's just I'm gonna punch whatever lock there is on this thing to try and free her from it.
Physique challenge of 1, burglary of 0.
I'm gonna use my other +2 that I got.
Okay.
You burglar unlock it with your fucking Coke can Justice League.
I guess
hands.
for him it would probably be like a 6, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or actually, never mind. No, that was for fight. My physique's fine anyway. I think I'm good. Let's see. Ah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
next turn.
I
Next
knew
turn.
it was
No,
gonna be
no. I'm fate pointing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Thank God.
utilize giant flaming fist.
Yeah, I believe it. It melts through the steel. As pale lady
searing into the pale lady's flesh.
Yeah, I was about to say it is very uncomfortable for a moment for the
Yeah,
pale lady.
it's not ginger for him to do this, but it is quick.
Yeah, and there will just be the kind of a moment of relief for you, the pale lady, as the spines come undone and you're able to free your hands.
Yeah, she'll kind of burst upright and crawl out of the confines of her cage here.
Okay.
Very feral.
Crawling on the ground like Gollum.
Someone stop her!
She's wriggling like a fish, like
She's flopping on the floor.
like put her back in the water.
Okay, Rakote, you have seen this chaos burst into the room that you're kind of held up in. You see Kraus limping, and the way this works is that there are 3 zones. Once he gets here, he could be free. He will be out in the night air.
Oh, like
and be
hell
able
he
to call
will
for
be.
help.
Don't let him
No.
escape.
That's not gonna happen.
Football tackle him.
All right. Let's see. Having used the defensive action, can I apply that to a physique roll to try to impede his progress?
It's actually not. He hasn't moved yet, and it's your turn before him.
Okay.
So, no. You
No.
could use. I'm sorry. You would
I
want
think
to
you
do
can
that
use
now.
it for anything
No.
but a defense.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's
I would
just
say
that.
no.
You'd have to use like physique or something. You have to get in his way, interpose in some way.
Okay. Could I roll physique to create an advantage then?
Yeah, he has a physique of 0.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't matter even if he has a physique of 0.
Yeah.
You will grab. I like the idea of you grabbing onto the rope and kind of tugging it alongside of Crow.
Oh wait, can I? Can I use a fate point to tap the aspect that Crow has him tethered?
Probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I want to
Yeah.
do that to maintain the advantage over him for the next time he tries to move.
Okay, so there are currently 3 advantages on this fucking guy.
Yes. So
Kill him!
we sort of have an awkward sort of standoff as he's trying to get past me, and I go to grab him, and he very easily just puts a hand on my chest and pushes me away as he continues to scramble. Which is when I realize that he is currently what is the actual name of the aspect?
Impaled.
He is currently
Ugh.
impaled, so I will grab tight onto the rope and yank him back towards me.
Yeah, and his feet will go out from underneath him as his like torso just hits on the stone floor.
Yep.
And he will. God, this is such a fucking nightmare, Kraus, dude. I'm sorry, my man. I think this is it.
So Declan's got what, 3 advantages to use on this guy?
He's got 2 of the same, so he could use 1, and then the other one that you created.
If he hadn't
Okay.
been so
Mean.
steadfast on stabbing me that last time, maybe he could have escaped.
He's not a good dude. He was like, "Do you know the difference between a dissection and a vivisection?" Now you're like, "Oh, boo-hoo!" Like I don't feel bad.
The guards are looking at
Yeah,
each
but
other while he's
cheats,
saying that.
eternal
Like,
souls.
I don't know. He was like
Difference
this.
between cooked trout and sushi. One's raw.
I ate her liver. Nice Chianti and some fava beans.
This acolyte is going to launch for it, you, Rosvan, drawing his sword and trying to cut low at your feet, away from your hands.
Right.
So fight a 3 coming your way.
Stop him.
One then.
Oh my God!
How does it feel?
Just resounding clang as the sword is met by your steel
Yeah,
gauntlets. and
he'll do a thing where he very harshly slaps the blade down with, so it sends like a reverberation through this guy.
oh man, amazing! Yeah,
It feels bad, like when you scrape your nails on something that is gross feeling.
there'll just be an echo that moves throughout this room, kind of calling attention to these hundreds of corpses that watch as you battle, Pale Lady.
Do I help Rostavan or do I go after the guy? Rostavan helped me, so
I thought about it. Does that count for
well, I mean, at least you're getting the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave him by himself here. So, what exactly is happening to this man right now? He doesn't have any boosts on him, right?
No, his sword is currently knocked clean away from him, and he seems to be reaching into his belt for a smaller dagger and angling it towards Rostavan.
All right, I'm gonna use music to try to encourage him to stab himself instead with it.
Jesus.
I'm going to use the advantage that Kraus created on you, so roll with a -2.
I won't do that. No.
No. Oh, well.
So currently a success with style. He defends against you completely.
Oh, I thought you meant on my behalf. I was
No.
like, what is his will? What?
No, as you go to sing out and there's just like a catch in your throat, and it is exhausting. It hurts so bad, and kind of bringing your hand to your throat, you can feel it starting to seal itself back up.
You remember that popcorn they made you eat? You're like, spit out a
It's
kernel.
still in
Oh,
there.
yeah. The ceremonial kernels.
But you do see his attention turn directly towards you, and you're like, you looked away for a moment. He is right upon you now.
She'll maybe having felt where the knife kind of passed through several layers of fins. She'll look up at him as he's approaching and just hiss as he comes at her.
Yeah. Crow.
Crow is now adopting a more casual gait as he wraps the rope around several times and fastens it along various notches that are designed in his costume to serve as lock points as he approaches Kraus closer.
Sorry, 1 second. I completely forgot he took the defensive action. He didn't do anything on his turn. That was what he was doing. Defensive action.
Oh. Crow is going to wrap that around him several times as he looms over and lift up part of his coat to withdraw the freshly minted weapon he pilfered.
Oh no, my +2, says Ben Kraus.
No!
Is going to swing it high and
Ooh.
yank in on the impalement free invocation. Aim while he's held down by good old Rakote, and bring this newly minted steel down hard on the point where his knee meets the other half of his knee.
Okay, he
You
has
still rolled negative.
yeah. That's a +3 against your 8. That's still 5 fucking points of damage. As there is a sickening crack, and he pulls his foot back away, but just not in time as you catch the end of his toes and just flatten them straight into the earth.
Ooh.
And he will roll on his stomach and try to push himself forward. Not moving zones or anything, just for flavor.
He moves his own for free, as of me saying that.
Yeah, yeah. Rostavan.
All right. I am going to. Let's see. My flame's dying down a little bit now that I've used my advantages. I am going to. Let's see. I'm gonna look to one of the dead guys sitting over here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move over and try to use some of their dead bodies life essence to kindle my flames again.
Oh my god. Okay.
Tell me what the challenge is for that.
If you
I want to dig my fists into their desiccated chests and pull out some flame.
Yeah, these are greater individuals. The challenge is a 4, but if you succeed, you'll get a +3.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god! Oh no! You got 2 turns of +3 fight and shoot, my man.
I pull
Go
out
ahead,
a full-size Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. And, I throw him at the man. He says, "Toss me," and I do.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like the idea that your flame is even hungrier than you have originally imagined. As just line after line of bodies is consumed, and your flame grows ever stronger in this room.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, so as he digs his fists into this long Paris scholarly member of this order, his mask will start to give off some heat, and it'll start to smoke, and there will be some light coming from inside where the eye sockets are, and yeah, he'll flame on again, and his whole arms are pretty much alight, and some of his already very singed sort of half poncho, half hood thing he wears starts to catch a little bit of flames already, even though it seems like he specifically wears a like non-flammable type of material, but it still does it anyway.
Man, the heat is suffocating. As Rakote, you can see smoke starting to billow out from the room.
Wonderful. I want to try to create. I want to go with another physique advantage. I want to try to. You said he's like rolling on the ground.
Yeah, he's rolling on the ground. You can see that his one good foot is trying to push himself forward to get a little momentum heading towards the doorway.
All right. Well, I want to try to create another physique advantage just to keep him in place.
Challenge of 8. I'm just kidding at 0. Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And I like the idea of just the fact that this guy is impaled. I think in this case, but I think in this case, I want to just like hook my cane like at his throat, like just kind of catch him right where like the jaw meets his throat,
Ugh.
and just sort of heave pull to kind of yank his head back as I just kind of keep him locked there for a second.
Yeah, he will cough up and just kind of look at you with watery eyes and say, "Another monster the ocean's coughed up. There's no end to you."
Yeah, he's just gonna look back down, and
You're right.
yeah. Oh God!
Cry.
He's gonna say, "Says the man who behaved and will die like a monster."
Okay, very good. And he's like, "Oh,
No shit!
no, fuck." God, so there's an advantage against him. He's gonna try to create an advantage against Crow with empathy as an empathy of 4.
Oh
He's
dear.
going to try to get a sense of how and when you'll attack.
Oh,
Shit.
interesting.
He can already
So-
see me spinning the maul in hand, almost cheerily, as the arc of my next swing aims for his knee a second time.
Okay.
Seeing
he
if we
has
can
0
achieve the FS, as they call it in the business, the full separation.
He has 0 athletics, so he can only attempt to move 1 zone. He's going to try.
I will attempt to
Yep.
impede.
Yep. Go ahead, it's a 0 challenge. Yep, guess what, he can.
As he begins to crawl, Crow yanks almost frustratedly on the rope to yank him back into place as he continues his walking gait.
Oh my god, this is so fucking dire. I love it. Speaking of dire, this man with a +2 is going to launch a 5 fight at you, lady.
Oh my god.
He hears your song and he is angling his dagger directly for your center mass. Rostavan could intercede if he wants to, otherwise that's what you're rolling
If
against.
he's a morally good person,
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I can. Yeah, I think I will.
You get a +3 to this if you're using fight.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
why
5.
does he have a +5? Quick for me.
Because his base skill is a 3, and he's using his advantage that he
Oh.
created on you. Or
Okay.
because he defended with style, I'm sorry.
That's right. Okay. All right. I forgot he got that with style.
So you can roll fight +3, and then it's -1 since you're interceding on the lady's behalf. So you can
Okay. Just do it too then, I guess.
Yep, roll it at 2. Whoa!
I'm gonna
Yeah,
fucking
tell me what happens.
kill you.
So, what's his attack? What does it look like? What's he like doing specifically?
He is going to bring his hand up to his dagger, reach up with his other one, and just looks like he's going to give an overhand plunging strike with both
Okay.
hands directly at her.
I think Rostvan, he leaps over the railing and manages to get in the way. And when this guy brings his dagger in, it does land, but it literally, the blade goes in and just melts into his gauntlet until it's just the handle.
And his blackened hands come away as a result.
Yeah, it just yeah.
Holy
As though
shit.
there was a slot in his gauntlet to insert blade, but it just
That's-
melts.
That's incredible. Pale Lady, you see all of this.
Man. I guess I'm gonna use my strongest skill here. I'm gonna go with music. I'm gonna make this guy try to like just full grab these flaming gauntlets.
Oh no!
Best weapon in the room.
You tell him it's
Oh
a
my
good battle idea.
So he has a will of 3. Do what you will.
Oh,
Finally!
Wow.
Thank God, I can roll positive.
I think the 3 is going to represent his hands despite themselves
Wait.
reaching over.
You told them to touch them?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You'll see his hands fighting against themselves, but they will reach up and hold firmly onto Rostavon's gauntlets.
I like the idea that it's not such an obvious, like, do this to hurt yourself. The way the mind is tricked is like, grab the gauntlets, they're the source of his power. Like, as if they're normal hands, and you only realize once you're burning that that's what a bad idea that is.
Yeah, you see him falling to the ground, knees buckling. He looks terrible. A stiff breeze will knock him over. Crow.
Yeah, Crow follows through on the motion that was being displayed in slow motion. Going to utilize Rakote, Impaled. I don't think we got a third one in there this time.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't add anything to that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what
Yeah, I
the
was like,
fuck?
no way.
I
that
was
puts-
about to scream at the top of my lungs. No, that's a 7 then.
Okay.
good.
Nice.
7 versus a 3, so that's 4. So he's down to 3 health. He is. God, and that was with his defense. Holy shit. Okay, he has one more boost on you, but it doesn't seem to do much good. Is what happens. Crow.
He is like, he sees what I'm doing, so he starts to angle his knee away, hoping I'll hit nothing, and then Crow moves as if like a speedster. The weight, the trajectory of it shifts in midair, and I just hit it from the new angle, slamming his knee in the side with another thunderous gong. Actually, take his health up to a 4, as I'm going to take a point off
Oh shit.
to confer into a boost, which will be fucked knee.
Oh man. Okay. He's got one more turn left. Rostavon.
Okay. Since he's literally holding my gauntlets, could I confer my one other +3 to my lore to just make the flame even worse?
You know,
What
usually
would
it's
use a fight?
good. Yeah.
Either way, it's fine, but whatever you want.
I think mechanically it has to be fight.
Okay.
I like the storytelling of lore, but that would be for an advantage if you want to do that.
True. Okay, yeah, I'll just do the fight then.
Okay, he has a fight of 3. He has 2 health left.
Alright. Value. Ah.
Wow.
Oh my god. He pushes you away with his feet and is just looking at his honestly ruined hands. As you kind of like are sent kicking back into this chair and have to catch yourself.
Absolutely destroyed.
Rakote.
Oh, let's see. I feel like I can't just keep doing the same physique advantage over him over and again. That feels kind of exploitative.
I also think it's kind
No?
of set against it in like, well, I mean, I think, I was trying to argue against it, but maybe it's honestly covered in the mechanic of re-upping free invocations on an existing aspect. 'Cause
Yes.
Yeah.
you're not exactly changing what you're doing, and as a reminder to everyone, it's important to name the context of what your advantage is, so you know
Right.
which one you're doing and how it changes. But
Yeah.
you probably could just continue wrestling him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it works in this context, I'll do it again. The other thing that I was going to do is to change it up, do a provoke advantage against him.
He'll probably be better.
You tell me what you
against
like
that.
to do.
I feel like he's probably got a higher will. The numbers work for me if I keep doing
Yep.
physique.
Okay, physique challenge to 0.
All right.
Boost.
A boost will do.
Yeah. All right. I'll leave it at a boost.
Yeah, he kind of kicks at your face as you again grab for his feet.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing. I'm just really just trying to. I think at this point I'm almost like leaned over him, just with like a hand on his back and just grasping at his garments.
And on his turn, he's going to use both his movement and his action to try and move some zone. So first attempt to move zone. Okay, that's unsuccessful. So
Unsuccessful.
Oh wait, no, I didn't say. I should have said beforehand he was going to use his boost, so I didn't. So that was your reaction. You successfully are able to pull him back, and then one last little kind of spurt of hope, like kind of carrying himself, looking forward towards the door. He's going to use his action to move 1 zone. And that'll be his entire turn.
And that can't be interceded.
You
or...
can intercede, but Declan can't.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
There are 2 of
Okay.
us.
Sounds of 0.
Challenge of 0. Okay, let's see. Oh my god!
He runs into you.
Yeah.
Like a Scooby-Doo character.
Oh my god. There's a
Is
moment.
that real? That is
Yeah.
real. Holy fuck.
There's a moment where Finn Kraus thinks he's gonna have one up on you. He kind of like smiles despite himself, seeing the light on the other side of the door, and then your form will just block him completely.
Can I, having succeeded at that much, I want to force him into the throne.
Sure, it's a narrative thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. You can push him into it.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm sorry, this guy has to do his due diligence and 3 attack against you, Rostavon.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He's not. He's going to run. You've done so much. I need to play these like actual people. He is going to try and leave.
I was gonna wonder what he was going to hit me with his bald head or like.
Yeah. Yeah,
At this
I
point.
need to take a minute and say these are human beings and no one wants to die. So he is going to run. Do you try to stop him?
Who's that up to?
Either of you. You can both try to stop him if you wanted to.
It's a
Physique is against a 2.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He will push past you, Pale Lady. You gonna try?
yeah. Why not?
Okay. Physique challenge of 2.
No,
Nothing.
not with these physiques today.
Like a line of linebackers in his way.
He will begrudgingly have to use his hands at one point and just screams out in pain as he pushes you away, Pale Lady, and just leaps from this kind of podium here onto the stairs. And you'll see his shoulders kind of lurch forward as he moves further and further away.
I scream after him, "Pussy!"
He can move 2 zones, so he's going to end up there. Crow, there's movement
I
behind
think the
you.
pale
but
lady
you
needs an actual turn.
Oh, yeah.
I do, yeah.
Sorry.
Stop him.
Where has he moved? Where?
He's an
I'm
arm.
so zoomed in. Oh, he's over there.
You can move into this area. It's 1 zone away.
I see. Okay. I will move 1 zone over, and I'm going to command him to stop.
I think this is going to be it. He's going to not. He's going to try to keep running.
Yeah, here we go.
Will of 3. Nope.
Christ.
He's holding on.
Wow. He's scared as hell.
Yeah, he's holding on. There is fear in his eyes. Not that you can see them as he refuses to look behind him. And continues running for the door.
Yeah, no, he's out of there.
All right. Crow.
Crow's going to catch the other guy running and look down to... Well, actually, he's going to do this first. Going to utilize my boost, Rakote's boost. That'll have to be enough for now.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, indeed it is. So what happens?
He is going to smash. He's going to achieve the legendary FS and jam his boot down on Krause's already tender ankle and bring the maul down one last time until it finally buries into the floor between femur and kneecap.
Oh my god.
But I'm not doing this intentionally to kill. That's where I'm going to leave it with him.
Oh
for
shit.
now.
Okay. Yeah.
Hand is going to snap up to Rakote and point at the guy fleeing.
All right. Good.
Okay. Rostavon.
Yeah, let's see.
The fire will go out now because you've had 2 turns.
Yeah. I will continue after where everyone else is going.
What's your athletics?
It's 2.
Okay, you can move up to 2 zones for free, so you could be in the same zone as the man if you wanted to be.
I will not. I will, I'm gonna try to gather more flame off another scholar real quick first.
Okay.
Blah.
Yeah, still a
Challenge.
challenge of
4?
4, yeah.
We have a
Alright.
very fresh dead body that might be easier, like right here that we killed earlier.
These guys are more powerful.
Oh.
Yep. Oh my god, I can't
Oh my
stop him!
god.
The +4, baby.
Cool.
Fucking can't
What is it?
stop him.
What does it
I
feel
swear.
Alright, so yeah, you
Shauna's-
gonna... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say, Shauna's always been the fucking Michael Jackson of fate. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
So you get 2 more rounds of +3 fight and shoot. Rastavan.
Alright.
Do you can move and trail this flame behind you if you want to. If you want to be the most badass fake character who ever
Hell
existed.
yeah. This place is going up.
Yeah, I think so. Alright. Rakote, there's a fucking backlash of heat. It just kind of seems to suck all the air from the outside door and almost shuts them in front of you. But that is neither here nor there. Right now, there is a man attempting to flee. What do you do?
I want to try to stop him. He's a +3 physique.
+2 physique.
+2 physique. How is his will? Also +2.
As well as a 1.
Okay.
Wouldn't
I
have
want
thought
to try to provoke him. Not to go anywhere.
Don't go.
He's gonna keep trying, so go ahead and roll.
All right, so that'd be will damage then.
Yeah.
All right.
Will of 1.
All right.
Oh my god. No. No one's getting out of here.
Is that it?
No one's getting
is
out.
alive.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah. Rakote will just he'll just bellow at the man. Go no further.
Yeah, and there'll be a shot of him finally looking behind him as just as soon as he turns back around, his head just like hits an overhang, and he's just sent sprawling on the hard stone floor. And there's a sickening kind of crack as his head hits the pavement.
Jesus.
And that will be the end of combat. Jesus Christ!
Oh my god, we did it, guys.
What a mess! Oh my god.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Kane.
No, it's good. So we will head to break in a second, but currently all 4 of you in a very worse for wear Finn Kraus are currently in a room that is filling with smoke.
Yeah. Crow
what will
looks
you
up
guys
at that
do?
and then looks back at Rastavan and inclines his head questioningly.
Rastavan is, he's breathing heavily, and he turns around to admire his work and his fists. And he'll just be, kind of muttering to himself. Oh, finally, good kindling.
Thou hast ignited the only space in which we were undetected.
He does not acknowledge you.
Crow's eyes narrow. He's going to look around and say,
We must taketh shelter.
Because this whole place is going up right now.
Yeah, I would say that there is no way that this building is going to be here in about 5 minutes. You did a thorough job. There are 2 fires roaring in here.
Rakote will suggest, perhaps we return to the underground.
Crow will give one nod.
We must leave. We must leave this island.
There'll be a faint whisper below you as Finn Kraus tries to speak.
Crow just begins walking for the door. The way that you drag like a piece of machinery that is corded to you along, he just allows the spear in Krause's leg to drag him along in the wake of Crow as he egresses from the building.
She, noticing that he's still alive, will look at Crow and say, wait.
A pause.
She'll kind of maneuver herself around Faust. I keep trying to call
No,
him
Kraus. Yeah.
Kraus. Okay, good. For some reason, Crow and Kraus is really killing me. She'll position herself around Kraus, looking down on him, kind of tilting her head like an owl with the wide, unblinking eyes, and she will kneel down with kind of a flutter of her fins, and she'll say, "Tell me you are not afraid now."
I refuse you, witch. I refuse you. And you can see that there's indeed fear in his eyes.
I do not steal souls. What I was given was a gift. And it was a gift. By someone burdened by the sea. Someone older than you. Older than your god. Older than your king.
His eyes will be wide with horror as he kind of just is focused on you and knows what you're capable of. He is quiet and waiting.
They were a merciless creature. And what they did was an act of kindness before it destroyed them. You can refuse me, but it will not save your soul.
It'll be a dry swallow as the man has nothing to say.
She'll stand and she'll look at Crow and say, "What of him?"
That
Gesturing
is,
down.
No shit.
that is the bidding of the
What do you want him to do?
She'll turn her head to the man on the ground and say, "Will you suffer eternally? Is that your choice?"
I'll wait for my king, witch.
Very well.
And he will know you when he sees you. But you can do whatever you want at this point.
Yeah, she will absolutely snuff him out. She will... let's see. So, am I free to kill him here? I'm good.
Oh yeah,
I don't have to
anyone
roll
can kill
anything.
him. No,
Okay,
not
great.
even remotely. Go ahead.
The pale lady will, having been leaned over him, unhinge her jaw, and these just uncountable amount of these pinprick teeth, like, an anglerfish, kind of unravel from her mouth, and she will just latch onto him and, bite his throat and take a big chunk out of it.
I would like to make
Oh
an
my God.
attempt to go in an alternate course. I may fail. There's very easy odds of failing. But Crow wants to... Suddenly he's down next to you and he puts his hand on your shoulder, not assuringly, but to hold you back as he sees the direction you're going, and with a hungry hyena, coyote-like look in his eye, a fascination, I'd like to compel thou or predator or prey if this is successful, because this might be up to a roll. But I want to try and provoke her into doing the exact thing he doesn't want and sucking the soul.
Oh my god.
He peers in her eye and says,
Take the soul. Do not allow him his divinity.
So Mac,
no, naturally. Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Well,
I would give you.
I mean,
You can roll against that 1. 2, if you want to follow his lead, I would give you a fate point. That's up to you.
I won't, just
Yep.
because of the nature of my high concept.
Yep.
The specific language says willing souls, so
Okay.
I'm gonna roll against it to start here.
All right.
Oh, that's a higher will than I anticipated for this lady.
In that case, Pale Lady, you will hear his words, but they will not be. They will go unheard. Or sorry, they will unheeded as you can plunge your teeth into this man. No.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
She will kill him very quickly. And just kind of spitting as she reels and wiping the back of her hand against her mouth. She'll stand and kind of look over at the fire that's sort of engulfing everything.
Yeah, at this point,
And
you all are silhouettes, completely backlit. Go ahead, Mac.
she'll look to Crow and say, I am sorry. It is not my way.
He is immediately turning away from you, separate from this, and he marches over to the dead goon, hoists him up. Or, not dead. This one's not dead either. He's going to hoist the unconscious goon by the collar, carry him over back, and look back and say,
Must flee.
and then he'll kick open the door.
Rostovan is still standing in the main entryway to the atrium of this place, looking out at the scholars with his arms raised at them.
Oh yeah, I'll call attention to him.
Which?
Of course he doesn't respond. I'm going to look down to Rakote and jam my chin in the direction of his
Yeah,
camp buddy.
Rakote will already be on his way to retrieve his friend, as he'll clatter up beside you, just sort of not touching you, but just kind of coming up into your periphery, and he'll say, "It is a magnificent blaze, but it is time to go, my friend."
Ah, Dios, I could use all their ashes to make something new. They are much more powerful than I imagined they'd be.
He'll say, "There is to be an entire battle in the morning, and you will be freed after it. You can do so much more then."
For a moment, the idea of freedom is the one thing that pulls him away from this, and the flames around his gauntlets will begin to subside somewhat, and he'll look back. Right, free. Just been a long time since I felt this. And he's standing succinctly, in smoke and flame that's licking on him. Like, even getting close to him, it feels like you're standing there like a furnace.
Jesus.
It's like it's some bad heat. It's some heat that makes you blink your eyes real hard.
Yeah, Rakote barely being able to tolerate it. Let's say, "And the world shall be yours to burn tomorrow. Come, now."
He looks back at the hall, as though looking back at an old lover, and seeing all the ashes burn before him, and wishing he could reach in and take one with him, but alas, he cannot. So he'll turn and start to follow Rakote.
Okay. And that'll be the shot as they head off to break.